Today's podcast follows in line with last week's. Last week, I advised you about adhering to the contractual obligations despite any suggestion by a service provider to do something differently. Specifically, I warned you that even though a title company may offer to accept an unnotarized T-47 with an existing survey, explaining that the T-47 can be notarized at closing, if you follow that practice, the seller will be in default of the contract. If he delivers an unnotarized statement, then he's failed to deliver the T-47 affidavit as specified in the contract. To keep your seller from being obligated to buy a new survey as a result of that practice, you would need to change the language in your contract. Now, this week I learned of another practice that jeopardizes the rights of the parties. I was told by one of our escrow officers that other title companies are telling their customers that they can now accept the option checks, and our customers want us to do the same. Allegiance Title can accept the option check, but the question really is, should we? The current contract specifically says the option fee is to be paid to the seller within 3 days. Failure to pay results in no option to terminate. That is plainly set out in paragraph 23 of the contract. So under the current contract, if the option check is paid to the title company and delivered with the earnest money within 3 days, absent Saturday, Sunday, and the holiday, is the option actually being paid to the seller? And if it doesn't get to the seller within 3 days, does the buyer have the right to terminate the contract? Without amending your contract allowing for this practice, you jeopardize the buyer's right to terminate the contract. The proposed new contract does provide for the option check to be paid to the title company and specifies that it may be delivered with the earnest money check in the time frame allowed. However, the contract is not approved yet. Most likely it will be approved during the November 9th commission meeting, but until then, either you must change the language in your current contract or pay your option check to the seller as the contract requires. To my colleagues in the industry, once again, I strongly encourage you to understand the consequences of your well-intentioned efforts to service your customer. Make sure what you offer does not conflict with the other contractual obligations of the parties to the contract. Before I close today, I want to remind you that Allegiance Title is hosting a Facebook Live event tomorrow, Thursday, September 24th at 2 p.m. Our guest speaker will be Dale Petrosky, President and CEO of the Dallas Regional Chamber. He will be joining me and moderator Blair Raggio to discuss thoughts about the new normal in Dallas, now and in the foreseeable future. You can learn more about this virtual event on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Allegiance Title Company. Thank you for your viewership. I hope these podcast videos continue to be a resource for you. Thank you.